get started, if you are interested in getting some more content from me, if you're like, Sam, 2 videos a week isn't enough. I'm being dramatic, but I do have a Patreon for that exact reason. My Patreon link is down below. It is $3 a month, and over there you will get one life update every single month. It's the last video I post on Patreon every month. You will get a day in the life ASMR vlog, and you will get one miscellaneous video, whatever I'm feeling that month, ASMR style. So that is down below. My second channel is also linked down below for non-ASMR type vlogs, videos, and my podcast is over there as well. My ASMR videos as well as my podcast is on Spotify as well. And I have my Instagram, my TikTok, all the things down below. So if you are interested in looking for any of that, that is all linked down there below for you guys. Okay, let's get into why we are actually here. So I am pre-filming this, kind of, sort of. It's January 30th right now. I don't exactly know when this video is going up, but it's going to go up around Valentine's Day. Hence, my red shirt and the topic of today's video. So it's a fun time of year. I enjoy Valentine's Day. I always have, even the years that I wasn't in a relationship. I think it's because my parents are very sweet. I'm very blessed to have my parents growing up. Like, both my parents would get me chocolates and a card every year. Like, it wasn't just something that I celebrated with a romantic relationship. It was something that just my family celebrated together, which I'm very thankful for, because that's kind of the topic of today's video, is that, this is the time of year where you're gonna take your significant other out to eat, or you're gonna go on a date, or you're gonna do a little weekend getaway, or whatever you're gonna do. You also have your Galentines, right? Or I have a couple Galentines get-togethers coming up, and that's all fun and that's all great, and I love all of that. But I also think it's important to kind of love on yourself as well this time of year. Well, always, but I think that this time of year is a good reminder to show yourself some love as well. So I put a little list together of some ways that you can, like, not to be cheesy, but ways that you can date yourself well or love up on yourself. So certain activities and things that you can do just to be kind to yourself and pour into yourself. So I have a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, so like 7 or 8 things. Some of these kind of go hand in hand, but I'm just gonna whisper ramble to you about these things. So the first thing I have for in here is actually something that I recently just did for the first time, and I took myself on a little solo day trip. I vlogged it. It's over on my second channel if you're interested, but I took myself to a city that I'd never really discovered before. I took a little road trip. It wasn't even really that far, but took a little road trip and explored the city. I went to a flower shop, bought myself some flowers. I did some window shopping. I went to Free People. I went to Pottery Barn. I went to a pet store. I went to, just exploring the town. Then I took myself out to dinner at a restaurant, which I've never done by myself before. A little daunting at first, I'm not gonna lie to you. And the hostess may look at you a little weird, kind of be like, just one, okay, But once you get past all that, it's actually really nice. I brought a book. I brought my journal. Tried not to really be on my phone too much, like texting people, texting my friends. I wanted to just be in the moment, and I think a couple years from now I'm going to be so grateful that I did journal during that, and I'll be able to look back on that. So I treated myself to a glass of wine, appetizer, and an entree. Just treated myself. And then I went to CVS to buy myself some snacks, and then I took myself to a movie, and I saw the new Willy Wonka movie. And to be honest with you, all of that was really daunting at first, but I really enjoyed it. I had fun. I enjoyed my own company. silly to say like I treated myself, but I did at the end of the day, you know, and I enjoyed it. And I think getting to a place where you really genuinely do enjoy your own company is one of the best forms of self-love, whether you're in a relationship or you're single or whatever. I actually had people comment on that vlog on my second channel being like, I'm married and I still like to do this every once in a while. Like, having your alone time is important. Pouring into yourself, whether you're single or married or dating, is important. And I said it in the vlog, but like, learning to love yourself and treat yourself is not only good because you're pouring into yourself, but it's good because you're setting a standard for like how you would like to be treated, so that you won't settle for anyone else that doesn't match your energy. You know what I mean? So I think it's a great thing to do. Now, my like self solo date, whatever, that may not be what you want to do. Maybe you're an outdoor person. It's kind of cold right now, but if it's a different time of year, maybe you're an outdoor person. Take yourself, I don't know, fishing, hiking, whatever you like to do. That's the point, is make it catered to you. Whatever you want to do. You want to go sit in a bookstore and read, go do that. Go sit in a cafe and read, or, you know, window shop online, whatever. Cater it to yourself and treat yourself to a nice little solo date. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. You don't have to go on a trip that, you know, you have to book a hotel or something if you don't want to. If you do that, more power to you. That's great. I want to do that at one point. But, you know, just treat yourself. So, solo date day, solo trip is my first one. Be safe, of course, because you're traveling to a place you don't know by yourself. But I think that's a really good one. The next one I wrote down is to create a, like, quote, safe space for you, a place where you are by yourself and you just feel peace, and you can like check in with yourself and really take like a mental wellness check of like, how am I doing, how am I feeling, and really like create that self-awareness where you can like tap into yourself and check up on yourself. And so for me, for example, that place sounds stupid, but it's my couch. So I wake up in the mornings, I open the blinds, I open the curtains, and immediately I sit down on the couch. I do my daily check-in and my little planner, so I write out my to-do list for the day. 3 things I'm grateful for. There's a section that says like free your mind, and you can write whatever you want. I got that in my FabFitFun box, and I've been using it every day since, and it's actually really nice. And also writing down my like to-do things holds me accountable, so that I can make sure that I actually do the things that I say I need to do. Even like yesterday, it sounds so stupid, but I needed to take out the garbage. I didn't want to do it, so I was putting it off, and the garbage was just getting high. I wrote it in my planner, and in order for me to check off everything, I needed to take out the trash. So because I wrote it down, I took out the trash. Anyway, I digress. But having a safe space, so that could be your bedroom, that could be somewhere outside, maybe you have a porch, whatever it is, find a place where like that is your space to have your alone time, and just do a check-in with yourself and like really ask yourself how you're feeling. The next thing is, it seems simple because it is, but like the effect that it has, I think, is so great, is to move your body in some way every single day, whether that's going to the gym or something as simple as going for like a 10-minute walk. And that is not so much, like a 10-minute walk isn't so much for like burning calories or like getting in shape, you know what I mean? It's more for like, it's mental, getting outside, getting some vitamin D. Even if it's wintertime and the sun is not out, there are still so many benefits of going outside, getting fresh air, getting some sort of vitamin D, even though, you know, it's not that sunny, but it clears your mind. Moving your body maybe, like, when I was younger, my dad and I would go outside and throw a frisbee around, you know what I mean? Like, whatever your sport is, or maybe you're a gym person, or maybe you just like to go for a walk. There are like 2 trails by my house that I can choose from, and I love going on little walks. Like, now it's winter time, so I get on the treadmill that I have, but when it gets warmer, like, I like to walk outside, you know what I mean? So moving your body in some way every day, again, even if it's for 10 minutes, I promise you it's gonna have such an effect on you mentally. It's like freeing in a way, and getting up to do it is the hardest part. It's the hardest part. Once you're doing it, and then once you're done, you're gonna be like, I'm so happy I did that. So definitely get up and move in some way. I really think it is good for you physically, but it's good for you mentally. So that's a big one that I have found has made a huge impact on me and my life in the last year. The next one, my friend Marissa and I are always talking about this, and if you follow me on TikTok, you know Marissa well. Learning when to say no, and learning that saying no isn't you being mean. And it has to do with, like, people pleasing, right? You don't want to let people down. You don't want to, you want them to think that they can rely on you. So when they ask you to do something, even if you don't want to do it, or you don't have time to do it, or you don't have the mental capacity to do it, you still do it because you don't want to let them down. And then in turn, that affects you because you already had little energy and now you have less. So learning when it's okay to say no, whether that's saying no to plans. I have done that. Last Friday, I came home and I worked. Friday night, I was home by myself working on, like, Spotify stuff for the podcast. I could have made plans, but I chose not to because I wanted to do something for me. You know what I mean? So just know that it's okay to say no. It's okay. I've spoken about this before. It's okay to put your phone on Do Not Disturb if you need to. If it's an emergency or somebody really needs you, that's different. But if it's just like, say you have a friend that just wants to trauma dump on you for 3 hours straight and you just don't have the mental health capacity, it's okay to say, hey, I only have like 10 minutes and then I'm not going to be as available, and that's not being mean. That's just taking care of your social battery, taking care of your mental battery, and making sure that you have enough of that battery life to sustain yourself and your needs. So I don't know, I realize I just rambled a lot on that one, but I hope it made sense. Next one is a nice one. I actually learned this from listening to a clip of, like, Meghan Trainor, of all people, talking, and she said that her therapist taught her to stare at herself in the mirror, and for, I forgot the amount of time, but for a certain amount of seconds, or maybe a full minute or something, and say something nice to herself in the mirror. You don't have to say it out loud, but, like, pick one thing that you're like, I like that about myself. I like the way this looks today, or, give yourself one compliment. That's what I will challenge you guys to do. Do it for a week. Every day, when you look, as we all look in the mirror every day, even when you're just brushing your teeth, putting on makeup, whatever, doing your hair, look at yourself and just give yourself one compliment. If it makes you weirded out, say it in your head, but give yourself one compliment. And I think it makes a difference, and that's a good way to love on yourself, compliment yourself, and I think that helps you to learn how to take a compliment. I am not the best at taking compliments. I've gotten better, but I was always the type, like, for example, if someone complimented my hair one day, right, I'd be like, oh, thanks, it's third day hair, or, like, I would say something like that, just because I felt the need to say something else after the compliment. You don't have to. Just learn how to accept the compliment, say thank you, and move on. Don't make it weird, don't make it awkward. So I think complimenting yourself is also a good way of teaching yourself how to accept a compliment. So house to yourself for a night. Order your favorite food. You can go out to eat if you want. Or I like to like order sushi, for example. I love sushi. I would eat it every day if I could. Order sushi or your favorite food. Put on a movie that you've been dying to watch, or start a new show, or if you're currently watching something, binge it for a night. It's okay. Light a candle, put on your comfy clothes, and just enjoy yourself. You don't have to worry about anybody else. You don't have to worry about work. You don't have to worry about anything. Just have one night, a few hours to yourself, and just have your favorite things. You don't need other people always to enjoy your favorite things and to treat yourself. So treat yourself to a nice little date night at home. I love, even when I was in a relationship, I love date nights at home where I like to go out too, don't get me wrong, but like being at home in comfy clothes, like cooking together or ordering food and lighting a candle and watching a movie. Like, I'm a simple girl, I don't need much. Sometimes it's nice to have more, but I don't need much all the time. And so do that with yourself. That's a good way to like re-energize, at least for me. I can only speak for me, but for me it's a good way to like re-energize. And the last one I have is one that I haven't done yet, and it's my goal is to take a break from social media. It could be a day, which I've done that, but it could be a week, which I haven't done yet. And like, part of me wants to do it because that's a great way to love up on yourself, because you're not filling yourself with other people's words, you're not filling yourself with other people's images, you're not filling yourself with other people's highlight reel, because that's what social media is. It's a highlight reel. Even YouTube, keep that in mind. It's a highlight reel. People don't always show you the bad parts. Most of the time they don't show you the bad parts. So what you're seeing is people are essentially making you feel like the grass is always greener on the other side. They have something I don't have. They have something I want. They have whatever. So taking a break from social media is a good way to kind of stop your mind from getting cloudy. And I want to do it, but the biggest reason I don't, honestly, is because of YouTube. Because I upload twice a week and I'm constantly doing things for YouTube, like constantly. And YouTube, technically, in my mind, is a form of social media. So I have a hard time letting go of that. But I'm gonna do it at some point. So I think that's a good way of showing yourself some love. So these are really random things. There are so many more things you could do. I would love to hear down in the comments how you love on yourself well. Give me some more ideas. Give other people in the comments ideas on how we can just love up on ourselves. And yeah, remember that this time of year isn't just about romantic relationships. Love on your parents, boys, and girls too. Buy your mom some flowers. If you're not going to see her, you know where she works. You can find out the address. Send her some flowers. Love up on your family. Love up on, ladies, love up on your dad. That was your, not in all situations. But like me, I can only speak for myself. Me, for example, like that was the first man that ever loved me. That was like my first love, right? So love up on them. Even if you don't want to get them anything, call them, text them, let them know that you love them, because that's what the day is about. I love all of you. If I could get you all a flower and some chocolates, I would, but I'm virtually sending you the love. I hope that you enjoy the day and Valentine's week, whatever you choose to do, and I will see you guys right back here for my next